What's up, y'all? This is Brave, and I am back to review another episode of Love and Marriage Detroit. This is season 1, episode 2, you guys. And let's jump right on in, because for some reason, when we start back watching this episode, we are still blaming Kobe for this man, Brandon, who did not tell his wife what he has going on. And it's very sick how you have Russell, who is Kobe's husband, as well as Anthony, basically trying to make Kobe feel bad because she brought up the fact that Brandon has a new artist. I'm sorry, but how is this Kobe's fault? I don't understand. Like, she literally brought it up because they were talking about how, oh yeah, Brandon, he wants to work in the clubs. He always is scouting new talent. And they previously had a situation where, his wife didn't want him in the club or whatever. And Kobe's like, oh, y'all talking about artists and all this. So, of course, she's going to mention, oh, but what about your new artist? Why are we acting like that was such a horrible thing for her to bring up? So now we have Brandon and Christina. They go walk away so they can have a conversation. And he still feels like he doesn't come to her because basically he wants to do whatever he wants to do without having a full discussion with his wife. That's what's really happening here. He just wants to be able to go to the club, meet whatever artist, all this stuff, without discussing with his wife what he's really out here doing. Because I'm sorry, the more that we see these people, I feel like Brandon has a bunch of skeletons in that closet. I don't think that it was just a one-time thing. I really don't. And now you have Christina. She's asking him like, okay, so you already signed her. What took you so long to tell me about it? And I'm like, you know what? That's a valid question, because it absolutely makes no sense that you have already been working with this artist. You are already trying to produce tracks for her. You're already, signing contracts with her, all this stuff. At what point were you going to tell your wife, oh, you know what, I'm working with somebody new right now? Also, my question is, who is paying for things in this household? Because to me, it sounds like Brandon is out here chasing all of his shoulda, coulda, woulda dreams. And I guess Christina must be fitting the majority of the bills around there. I really don't understand how he's going to have money coming in. Because it's not like he's working with, I don't know, Big Sean, Cash Doll. I'm just trying to name a few people who are from Detroit. I don't really know the Detroit scene like that. But it's not like Brandon is really working with some big name artists. Come on now. Now, keep in mind, this entire time, we are also seeing a flashback to the group. And Anthony is continuing to talk. I want him to stop. All of his chatter in the background, absolutely unnecessary. So Brandon, he actually lets us know that he was on the brink of leaving Christina when he was cheating on her. And then you have Christina questioning him, saying oh, were you in the studio with this artist when, I was trying to call you? Because you already know last episode, he was tripping on the phone with her. And it's I don't know how this relationship is going to last. I don't know if they're just putting on for the cameras at this point, but also I'm who would play with their marriage like this? But I guess people are kind of fame hungry, so we'll see. Because if this is real life, I do not see their relationship lasting. So let's go ahead and slide on over to Kobe and Russell. So they out here doing some DIY projects around the house or whatever. And Russell still feels like Kobe made the situation weird, as if she knew that Brandon's dumbass didn't tell his wife. How would she know that? And my thing is, why is it okay for Anthony to butt all in their business? Because prior to Kobe questioning the new artist, Anthony was going, number one, back and forth with Christina, having a whole combative conversation. And on top of that, he was absolutely butting in their relationship, talking about how Christina's holding him back. Why can't he go to the club? He was doing all of that. So it's okay for him to do that, but not Kobe to ask a simple question? That makes no sense. Russell, how are you not holding your wife down right now? So here goes Russell talking about how, he just wants them to focus on their business and what they have going on. Negro, you're the one who told her this. So y'all, let's just jump on into the Russell and Kobe issues, because Russell decides to tell this woman, who is his wife, that he feels like the Lord has called him to be an ordained minister at a church. Oh, this ain't about to be a discussion either, y'all, because he's already started taking his classes. He's been taking classes for 2 weeks. I said, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me you move some things around in your personal schedule so that way you can go take these classes and you never told your wife what you were doing? That's crazy to me. So I will say this. I do feel like Kobe is holding on to some of that church hurt because she did grow up as a PK. I think that she doesn't want her children to have to grow up under those same pressures of being in the church and being preachers' kids. And also, I don't think she wants to be a first lady. Kobe does not give me first lady energy. It doesn't sound like that's what she want to do. She may want to visit a church, a couple of times a year, but that's about it. She do not want to be front and center. She don't want to be, doing any of the first lady duties. I don't even know what that is, but I know she wants no parts of it. Now, you think that was it? Oh no. This Negro comes back and says, you know what? And I'm thinking about owning a gym. Baby, you're doing a lot. Russell, you are doing a lot. Can we get to about season 3 of this show? Can that come around? Because I feel like everybody on this show is putting way too many eggs in the basket. Because I find it so interesting that now he wants to not only have a church, but he also wants to open up his own gym. And I mean, that's great things to do, but I'm just trying to figure out with what money. Because you run like what, a nonprofit? How much are you really taking home from that? So what we doing here? I feel like all y'all got like a bonus check when y'all first started this show, and now y'all really trying to spend it. Because they're not the only ones who over here trying to live like the Joneses. Okay, but here's the thing. Kobe is frustrated. Kobe is very upset because, number one, he did not tell her that he wants to, change his life and be a minister. They never had a conversation about this. Now, she's not trying to go against, the idea of, the Lord called him for something. But he absolutely could have told his wife what he was going through. Like, you know what? I feel like God is talking to me that I need to change some things in my life. And I may want to, be a pastor or a minister, whichever title he want to have. So I absolutely get her frustration with Russell in this situation because he basically sprung this on her. And I feel like he did it on camera so that way she couldn't go off on him like she really wanted to. And also, I am so annoyed with this new way of people telling people you're not supposed to yell or raise your tone when talking to them, because I was very annoyed when Kobe was trying to express herself. She was very overwhelmed and frustrated. And here goes Russell talking about you need to change your tone. I don't like the tone that you're using. That's not going to work. I'm sorry, I'm very much like Kobe. If my voice gets a bit higher or I put a little bit more bass in it, that's how I'm speaking in the moment. Because me talking to you in a sweet tone and being like, oh my gosh, babe, I don't even understand why you want to be a minister. That is a very different reaction that I'm going to get from you versus me saying, hey, I don't understand how you did not think of me in any part of this situation and you just decided to go ahead and be a minister. Like, I honestly feel like if she were to speak in like a sweet, soft tone, he absolutely would have misread her actual feelings. But nonetheless, let's talk about Brandon and Christina. Again, remember when I talked about them getting their bonus checks and spending them? Here we go right here with Brandon and Christina because they've now moved into a penthouse. I'm trying to figure out what money. I know Christina is like an influencer or whatever. And I know influencers, they can make a lot of money, all of that. I'm just trying to figure out how convenient it is that now they're moving into this new penthouse. That's all I'm saying. Now, the whole beginning of this scene with Christina talking and her going on about her day, about how, she has to read the Bible and all this stuff because her husband's over there making coffee as he looks out into the city. I'm like, okay, this is giving influencer. This is giving TikTok, the day in my life type video. We didn't sign up for that. So again, Brandon is still not taking accountability. He is still over here trying to maneuver his way into any little hole that makes it seem like he ain't the problem. Oh, because baby, he has a personal vendetta against Kobe. He keeps calling her a mean girl. And now he thinks that she's copying his wife because they both are influencers. Negro bye. And I feel like he's going to be the cause of a fallout happening between Kobe and Christina. I really do. So y'all, we have Anthony. He's actually cooking for his wife. And I was very surprised. Because that's not super manly for him to do that. You know what I mean? That's a woman's job. I feel like that's the energy that he gives us. But then also, there's something off about Anthony and LaToya's relationship. Nonetheless, they talk about the anniversary party for Brandon and Christina. And LaToya, she feels like Brandon should have told his wife, especially if they have all of this history. Now, why is Anthony singing a totally different tune, y'all, when he's like, I don't really blame Kobe for this. I said, but when you was in Kobe's face, you made sure to be like, Kobe, why you bring that up? Kobe, you shouldn't have said that. Kobe, why'd you do that? You butting in their relationship. You was doing all of that. Oh, but now, oh no, it ain't Kobe's fault. I'm like, boy, please get out of my face. So now he's blaming Russell. Here's my thing. Why is this man so obsessed with Brandon, y'all? Because how is it, again, you're over here blaming Russell because he told his wife something. Again, Russell didn't know that Brandon didn't tell his wife either. Like, I'm pretty sure he assumed that after they had that conversation, Brandon finally told his wife. And again, so why are you obsessed with Brandon? Because I feel like we see in multiple scenes, he has a thing for him. It is what it is. So, you have LaToya saying that, she can relate to Christina because none of these husbands talk to their wives. And I'm like, you know what? You're right about that. That is one thing I can agree on. So, the men go to the club. Now, I don't know why these old niggas was talking about how, back in the day, I used to be in the club. And I'm just like, could you not? Why are y'all reminiscing about y'all heydays in the club? Like, I feel like the last time y'all may have been popping in a club was when In the Club by 50 Cent was playing. Okay? Please, chill out. So, here goes Russell. He decides to give Brandon an apology. Alright, fine. Next thing you know, Christina calls. She mentions how they're probably watching some booty shaking. And honestly, this whole scene was weird and awkward. And what makes it even worse is that Brandon decided to lie and say that they weren't in a club. And then also, one thing I realized in this scene is that Christina is very needy. Especially when she was like, well, I was just calling because I'm bored. Girl, you already knew that your man left out to film a scene. And that also, he was going to be with the guys. Relax. I need for you to stop being so, clingy to this man. Because, first of all, he ain't nothing to cling to. So, they have their friend Bravo there. And I believe he was the owner of the club. They want to throw, this artist showcase. And, of course, Brandon wants his artists involved. Now, my question is, does he have any other artists besides this girl? Because the only artist that I feel like he really has is this Niger girl, but he making it seem like he has other artists. Negro, you ain't got no roster. So here comes Anthony. He's so nosy because you already know he wants to know. So what was the history thing that y'all were going through? So Brandon basically breaks down what happened. So basically, according to him, he was texting his artist and was dogging Christina out, y'all. When he was saying the type of stuff that he was saying about she get on my nerves and how he ready to leave, all this stuff. But I mean, he was saying some ruthless stuff, really dogging her out. I'm like, Christina, what are we doing? Baby, you should have kicked him to the curb then. Ain't no way we would have made it this far. So the next thing that we see is Kobe and Christina meet up. Basically, Kobe apologizes and they both talk about how their men are making decisions and not including their wives. That's the ongoing theme with this show. Let's get to this last thing, y'all. So Dr. LaToya. Now, one thing I want to point out is that, have y'all noticed that whenever Anthony talks about his wife, he always puts doctor in front of it? I'm like, okay, put some respect on her name. So, Dr. LaToya, she has an event for her wine brand. I think it's called Opulence. And Kobe and Russell, they are not there. However, while they're sitting around or whatever, Anthony brings up the fact that they went to the club. Now, here goes Anthony again, inserting himself in Brandon's bullshit. So Christina, her friend, is like, why are you always in a business? Because she had the same question I had. Because I'm just like, sir, why are you here? Why do you keep trying to, question Christina and move her out the way so that your boy Brandon can thrive or whatever you think he's going to do? But baby, why did Anthony show his true colors? Because his response to Christina's friend was that she needs to stay in her lane because she doesn't know him and she's at a table with bosses. She needs to act like it. And that he then called her a little girl. I said, are you serious? So, Christina's friend is like, you must be on your cycle or something. I can't lie. It was giving me some vibes, okay? Because the way that he was like, girl, please. We buying buildings. Little girl, don't play with me. I'm like, what am I watching? When he hit her with that, girl, don't play with me. Like, how many episodes of Housewives have you watched? Like, was Nene your fave? Or was it Kenya? What's going on here? Y'all, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. What do y'all think about these weird husbands who never talk to their wives? And also, do we feel like any of their marriages are going to last past this show? Y'all, drop that down in the comments. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all in the next review. Bye, guys.